Okay, imagine this with me for a moment. It's early, maybe 6:30 a.m., and the world outside your window is still swallowed by that deep, inky darkness, maybe just a hint of sunrise. You're snuggled deep under the covers, sleep still kind of clinging to you, making every limb feel heavy. Thoughts are sluggish. You just want to stay there, right? In that warm, cozy haven for another hour, maybe two. But then there's this subtle shift in the air. A whisper of a scent starts pulling you gently, like irresistibly from sleep. It's rich, it's strong, it's just undeniably beautiful, that unmistakable, soul-stirring aroma of freshly brewed coffee. So slowly, almost reluctantly, you untangle yourself from the blankets. You pad across the cool floor into the kitchen. The scent gets stronger, pulling you into wakefulness with every step. It's really calling you. You reach for your favorite mug, the one that's perfectly in your hand. And you pour that steaming liquid, watch the dark swirl, you lift it up. That first sip, the warmth just spreads through you, chased by this jolt of complex flavor, a little bitter, maybe a little sweet, earthy, and a feeling that's just, well, pure bliss. Ah, heaven in a mug. That right there is the pure, unadulterated magic of coffee. If you're already a coffee lover, hey, welcome to the club. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, well, this deep dive might just change your mind. Or, at least give you some surprising insights into that ritual we often take for granted.
And that's precisely our mission today. We're taking a deep dive into the world of coffee. Specifically, we want to explore the fun, the healthy, and the happy benefits that come from enjoying this universally loved beverage. And this is all based on the stack of sources we've gathered for you. Our goal is really to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge, kind of give you a shortcut to being truly well-informed about something many of us drink daily, maybe without even, appreciating its multifaceted impact. We're going to look beyond just that immediate waking up jolt. We'll delve into its profound impacts on cognitive function, our emotional well-being, physical health, and even how it connects us globally. It's quite a bit.
Exactly. We've got a lot to uncover today. It's actually quite exciting. Yeah. So maybe grab your own cup of coffee if you have one nearby, get comfortable, and let's unpack this because, well, get ready for some surprising facts, stuff that might just transform the way you see your next brew. Because this isn't just about a drink, is it? It's about a whole experience, a feeling, a powerful catalyst for so much more in our daily lives.
The ultimate awakener and mental enhancer.
Okay, let's jump right into what most of us think of first. Coffee's primary superpower, maybe? Its ability to transform us from, sleepy zombies into actual functioning human beings. It really is the ultimate awakener. For so many people, it's like that friendly, indispensable alarm clock for your brain. You hear it all the time, don't you? People say, oh, coffee helps me feel awake, or the classic, I can't even start my day without coffee. It's become such a common thing, almost a joke sometimes. That phrase, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. But people say it half seriously, right? It's a real cultural touchstone. It signals that critical switch from the quiet blur of dawn to the clarity of the day. Feels like a key that unlocks the morning for millions, truly.
Absolutely. And the why behind that immediate jolt is scientifically quite elegant, actually. It comes down to caffeine. Caffeine is a natural stimulant. It's a psychoactive substance found in, over 60 different plants. When it gets into your system, its main job, its primary mechanism, is as an adenosine receptor antagonist. Now, okay, that sounds technical, I know. But simply put, adenosine is a neurotransmitter in your brain. It naturally builds up during the day, signaling fatigue, telling you it's time to sleep. Caffeine, because it's structurally similar to adenosine, can bind to those same receptors. But here's the trick. It doesn't activate them. So it essentially blocks adenosine from doing its job, which is telling your brain, hey, time to wind down, you're getting tired.
Okay, right. So it's like putting up a roadblock for the sleepy signals.
Exactly. By blocking those tired signals, caffeine effectively tells your brain pretty directly, nope, not yet, time to wake up and do awesome things. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this isn't just about feeling less tired, it's about a profound neurochemical shift. It enables our day to begin effectively enhancing alertness, vigilance.
Right.
So for countless individuals, coffee's become this indispensable part of their daily routine. It gives that initial push needed to engage with work or study or just face the world with a clear head. It's a fascinating example of how a simple biological interaction has such widespread societal and personal implications, really structures the start of our days.
That's a really great way to put it. Not just adding energy, but removing the brakes on our natural alertness. Okay. Yeah. And building on that initial wake-up call, coffee doesn't just pull you out of sleepiness, does it? It actively sharpens the mind, helps boost focus and concentration. I love this analogy from our sources. Think of your brain in the morning, pre-coffee. Often it's like a lazy cat. Slow, sleepy, maybe a bit grumpy, just wants to curl up. But then after just a few sips of that brew, boom, it suddenly transforms. It becomes like a sharp, fast cheetah, ready to pounce on problems, tackle complex tasks, eager to learn new stuff, remember new words even. And this is precisely why you see students, burning the midnight oil with a mug right there, powering through textbooks, or why office workers rely on it to get through spreadsheets and reports and meet those deadlines. It's so common to hear people say things like, I need coffee before I can really think, or coffee helps me focus on my tasks for longer. I know for me, personally, it's true. If I'm diving into learning something new, like a language, I always drink coffee before I study English. It just helps clear the mental fog and lets me hone in.
Yeah, and what's particularly fascinating here is how that initial jolt, that alertness from caffeine, it actually extends into sustained mental performance. It's not just about the immediate wake-up feeling, but how that alertness translates into tangible cognitive benefits. Beyond just being awake.
Okay.
We're talking enhanced executive functions, things like better problem-solving abilities, more efficient task completion because your attention span is increased, and a greater capacity for absorbing and processing new information. The mental clarity and sustained attention that coffee can provide, they're really crucial in today's demanding environments, where our cognitive resources are constantly being taxed by information overload, complex challenges.
Constant multitasking.
Exactly. Caffeine can improve reaction time, the ability to maintain vigilance over extended periods, which is vital for tasks needing continuous focus. It allows for a more streamlined cognitive process, helps reduce distractions, maintain a consistent level of engagement. It really underscores coffee's role as more than just a drink. It's a genuine cognitive aid, optimizing our mental capabilities for whatever we're facing.
Okay, and here's something that really surprised me, actually, and it might surprise you too, because it goes beyond just being alert or focused in the moment. Coffee. It can actually be good for your memory. Yes, you heard that right. Not just concentrating better now, but actually retaining information for later. Remembering stuff. Turns out that studies have actually shown caffeine can help you remember things more clearly. It helps consolidate those memories. It's an amazing sort of hidden benefit, isn't it? Especially relevant if you're trying to learn or remember a lot of new information.
That's a really interesting point about memory, and it's definitely one of the areas where the research is getting quite compelling. Indeed, studies suggest that coffee, specifically through caffeine's effects, can assist your brain in that complex process, encoding and storing information, particularly long-term memory.
Wow.
It's not just about forming new memories, but enhancing their consolidation. That's the process where, short-term memories get converted into more stable, long-lasting forms. Caffeine seems to modulate neurotransmitters. We talked about adenosine, but also dopamine and norepinephrine, and that indirectly influences areas like the hippocampus, which is absolutely crucial for memory formation and spatial navigation, too.
So it's like giving your memory center a little boost.
Sort of. Think of it like maybe a sticky note for your hippocampus, helping it cement that new information more effectively. This isn't just about general alertness, it's a specific impact on how your brain processes and archives new learning. And it raises an important question, doesn't it? How much more effective could our learning be if we strategically optimize these cognitive aids, understanding their nuanced effects?
Yeah, that's a big thought.
For someone looking to gain knowledge quickly, thoroughly, the idea that a simple cup of coffee could genuinely aid in that process is quite compelling. It definitely moves coffee from just a pick-me-up to a tool for enhanced cognitive function, supporting the kind of sustained learning needed for mastering new skills or languages. It's pretty powerful stuff.
The emotional and physical wellness booster. So, okay, we've seen how coffee sharpens the mind, wakes us up, helps memory, but what about its impact on our mood? Our overall well-being. I've heard some fascinating claims, almost like a fun fact, that coffee can actually make people happier. Is there any real truth to that? Or is it just wishful thinking? Because honestly, for me, that first morning cup definitely feels like a dose of pure joy.
Well, it's not just a feeling, interestingly enough. There's a pretty solid neurochemical explanation behind it. When you drink coffee, your brain actually releases dopamine and serotonin.
Okay, those sound important.
They are. They're often called the feel-good neurotransmitters, but let's be a bit more precise. Dopamine is intricately linked with pleasure, motivation, the brain's reward system. It drives us towards goals, makes us feel good when we achieve them. Serotonin, on the other hand, plays a key role in regulating mood, sleep, appetite, even social behavior. It's crucial for stability.
Right.
Now, caffeine's interaction with those adenosine receptors we talked about earlier, it indirectly boosts the activity of these dopamine and serotonin pathways. So this leads to a legitimate emotional uplift. Often it shows up as reduced feelings of sadness, increased alertness, and even just a greater sense of well-being.
Huh. So the happy juice description isn't too far off then.
Not really. It has a solid scientific basis. It's truly fascinating how a simple beverage, just part of our daily routine, can have such a direct and positive impact on our neurochemistry, and by extension, our emotional state. It really highlights the significant role that even small, intentional daily rituals can play in managing stress and regulating our mood, contributing to a greater sense of well-being, and yeah, for many, just making their day feel better.
That's incredible. So it's a genuine chemical boost, not just, psychological comfort.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And this is where it gets really interesting on the health front, moving beyond just the mental state. You might think, like many of us probably used to, coffee, it's just a drink, right? Wakes me up. But guess what? Our sources reveal coffee is absolutely packed, like seriously loaded with antioxidants.
Yes.
I mean, who knew, right? And these antioxidants, they're described almost like tiny, tireless superheroes inside your body. They rush in, constantly fighting off what our sources called bad stuff, but which we now understand is more specific harmful molecules, stuff that can damage your cells, contribute to illness. They really are like your body's protective shield, working away quietly.
Exactly. And to elaborate on that bad stuff, we're mostly talking about free radicals.
Yeah.
These are unstable molecules. They're byproducts of normal metabolism in our bodies, but also generated by things like pollution, UV radiation, even stress. And these free radicals cause something called oxidative stress. That damages cells, proteins, even DNA. It contributes to aging and a whole range of chronic diseases. Now, coffee is particularly rich in powerful compounds. Polyphenols, chlorogenic acids, these are potent antioxidants. They essentially neutralize these free radicals, preventing that cellular damage before it happens.
Wow.
And the super cool part, as our source puts it, is the growing body of research supporting these broader health benefits. It's not just theory. Studies are suggesting that people who regularly and, importantly, moderately drink coffee may have a lower risk of developing serious conditions, things like heart problems, reducing risk of heart failure, stroke, Parkinson's disease, even type 2 diabetes.
Really, that's huge.
It is. And it also shows protective effects against certain liver diseases and even some types of cancer. So this moves way beyond just a simple health boost. It implies a long-term protective effect on vital systems in the body. And it really raises that important question again. Are we underestimating the profound long-term health contributions of our seemingly mundane daily habits, like consistent, moderate coffee consumption?
Yeah, it makes you think differently about that morning cup.
Completely. It's a transformative idea to consider that by just sipping your brew, you're not just enjoying the flavor or getting an energy kick, you're actively giving your body a powerful defensive mechanism right down at the cellular level. It certainly adds weight to phrases like, coffee is healthy if you drink it the right way, and coffee gives me more than just energy. It offers genuine biochemical protection. 3, coffee's role beyond the cup, connection and performance.
Okay, so we've covered the personal stuff, the mental boosts, the physical health side. But there's another layer, isn't there? Arguably, maybe the most beautiful part of coffee, the part that often goes unnoticed until you really stop and think about it. Its incredible power as a social catalyst. Coffee truly brings people together. Think about it. People all around the world, from bustling city cafes to quiet kitchen tables, they meet, they laugh, they talk, share stories, all over a cup of coffee. It's like this common ground, this neutral territory. Coffee shops aren't just places to grab a drink, are they? They're like these mini cities of joy, these vibrant hubs of human connection. Just picture that scene, right? You arrange to meet your best friend at some cute, cozy cafe, soft jazz playing maybe, you walk in, the aroma hits you, that gentle hum of conversation, the clatter of mugs, the hiss of the espresso machine. It's all part of the atmosphere.
Yeah, it sets a mood.
Totally. You both order your favorites. Maybe a creamy caramel latte for one, a strong dark Americano for the other, and then you just sit and you talk for hours. You catch up on life, share dreams, unpack worries, celebrate little successes. You just enjoy each other's company, letting the world outside kind of fade away for a bit. It's this intimate, universal ritual. And in English, we have those simple, friendly phrases that capture it perfectly, don't we? Let's catch up over coffee, or want to grab a coffee sometime. They sound so simple, but they're invitations not just for a drink, but for connection, for presence, for those shared moments that build and sustain relationships. So warm.
And what's particularly fascinating here, I think, is how a simple beverage really transcends its role as just a stimulant or a tasty drink. It becomes the very backdrop for human interaction, for relationship building. Coffee acts as a kind of non-alcoholic social lubricant. It facilitates conversation, fosters community. It provides that neutral, inviting space for people to connect without maybe the pressures or inhibitions that might come with other social settings.
Right, it feels easier somehow.
It does, and coffee shops, as you mentioned, become these vital, informal meeting spaces. They allow for impromptu chats, planned gatherings, business meetings even, and just the organic growth of shared experiences.
Yeah.
This isn't just about the coffee itself, is it? It's the environment it creates, that permissible pause in our busy life that allows for meaningful engagement with others.
That permissible pause.
I like that. It highlights coffee's often underestimated role in sort of knitting together the social fabric of our communities, fostering dialogue, understanding, shared moments of joy, one cup at a time. It's really a testament to how humans naturally gravitate towards these shared rituals that combine sensory pleasure with social opportunity.
It really is. It creates that special space for connection. Okay, and shifting gears slightly, but still tied to our well-being. For all the fitness enthusiasts listening, here's another surprising benefit. Coffee can actually help you burn fat. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Yeah.
And not only that, it can give you that extra boost of energy you need to push through your workouts, make them more effective.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly why some people make it a point to drink a cup of plain black coffee, usually about, 30 to 60 minutes before hitting the gym or starting their run. That caffeine really does seem to boost their energy, helps them exercise better, push harder, feel more powerful during their routine. It's almost like having this tiny cheerleader inside you, right there in your stomach, just going, you can do it, you've got this. It's quite motivating.
Yeah, that's a fun analogy.
And I know plenty of people who swear by it. They'll say, coffee is an essential part of my workout routine, or I drink black coffee before I run every single time, because they genuinely feel that difference in their performance, their endurance. It's a simple, natural way to potentially enhance your physical output and maybe even help your body's metabolism along the way.
That's a great point. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, like we've been doing, this really highlights how a common dietary component can be strategically used to support physical goals, moving beyond just enjoyment to active enhancement.
Right, using it intentionally.
Exactly. The physiological basis is in caffeine's ability to stimulate the central nervous system. This stimulation can increase the release of neurotransmitters, like epinephrine. You probably know it as adrenaline.
Okay, adrenaline.
Right, which prepares the body for physical exertion. But crucially, caffeine can also promote the breakdown of fat cells, lipolysis. It releases fatty acids into the bloodstream. This makes those fatty acids available as fuel, which means your body might actually prefer to burn fat for energy during exercise rather than relying solely on its glycogen stores, its carbs.
It spares your carbs and uses fat.
Potentially, yes. And additionally, caffeine can reduce the perception of effort during exercise. It can make a tough workout feel just a little bit easier, allowing people maybe to train harder or longer than they might otherwise. So it provides really practical advice for those looking to enhance their fitness regimen. Shows that even small adjustments, like that pre-workout coffee, can contribute to significant performance and metabolic benefits. It's just another testament to coffee's multifaceted utility, isn't it? Extending far beyond just cognitive and emotional well-being, right into physical performance, global coffee culture, and personal moments.
Okay, now for something really fun. A twist that shows just how globally ingrained coffee is, and how it really acts like a cultural mirror, reflecting back local life. Did you know there are just so many different types of coffee all around the world, each one reflecting its own unique customs, climate, culture? It's almost like coffee is a passport to different cultures, a delicious entry point into understanding a place.
It really is like a liquid passport, yeah.
Think about it. In Italy, it's all about that quick, intense espresso. Tiny cup, powerful punch, often drunk standing in a bar, just a few sips. It's about efficiency, a brief, sharp pleasure. Then you hop over to America, totally different story, right? Big, often bottomless cups of black coffee, meant to be lingered over. Perfect for long diner talks or fueling hours of office work.
The filter coffee culture.
Exactly. Then in India, you find people lovingly preparing and enjoying filter coffee, often served with milk and sugar. It's smooth, comforting, deeply aromatic, a start to the day steeped in tradition. And Vietnam, oh, you have to try their Kapi Swada if you haven't. Iced coffee made with rich, sweet, condensed milk. It's an absolute treat, especially on a humid day. That strong coffee with creamy sweetness.
Wow, sounds incredible.
It is. And then, maybe surprisingly, in Japan, a country famous for its tea culture, they have innovative coffee-flavored jelly drinks. And this thriving scene of intricate pour-over methods, how wild and diverse is that? It's not just a drink, it's this culinary and cultural experience, unique to each place. It truly lets you explore the world one incredible, unique cup at a time. Makes you want to book a flight just to try them all.
And what's profoundly fascinating here, I think, is how deeply coffee is woven into the cultural fabric of so many different societies. It evolves in these unique ways, reflecting local customs, climate, culinary traditions. It's a prime example of how a single crop, grown and processed globally, can manifest in such diverse forms, each with its own story, its own significance.
Yeah.
From that quick functional shot of espresso to a leisurely milky indulgence like the Vietnamese coffee, the way it's prepared and consumed reveals so much about a culture's pace of life, its social rituals, its flavor preferences. And in many cultures, the act of preparing and serving coffee is itself a ritual, a moment of hospitality connection that goes way back, long before the modern cafe. True.
This global appreciation, this adaptation, it underscores coffee's universal appeal, yet it highlights the beautiful specificity of its cultural integration. It really is more than just a commodity. It's a reflection of human diversity, human creativity, a liquid symbol of global interconnectedness, you could say. It definitely encourages us to appreciate how something so common can be interpreted and celebrated in just myriad ways across the planet.
Beautifully put. And finally, after exploring all these amazing benefits, waking us up, sharpening our minds, boosting mood, protecting health, connecting us with friends, cultures, fueling performance, we arrive at maybe the best part of all, the most personal aspect. Coffee is ultimately a moment for you. Yes, you listening right now.
In our incredibly busy, often overwhelming lives, where everything feels fast and loud, demands are constant, screens are always lit, coffee offers this beautiful, simple reason to just pause. It's a reason to breathe deeply, a reason to just be present for a second, a reason to smile, even just a little. When you're feeling swamped by tasks or tired from a long day or just overwhelmed by the sheer pace of it all, a cup of coffee becomes your personal reset button. Yeah. It doesn't ask anything of you, does it? It just offers comfort, a quiet presence. It's like your silent friend, there with you, whether you're engrossed in a good book or maybe diligently studying English vocabulary, or simply sitting by the window watching the rainfall. It provides that small, sacred space, a little island of calm in the chaos, a brief sanctuary where you can recharge and reflect. So next time, when life feels too loud or too fast, don't forget the simple, transformative phrase. Just say, "It's coffee time." And you might find that somehow everything feels a little clearer, a little calmer, a little better. It's a reminder that self-care can be found in the smallest, most accessible rituals.
And that raises such an important question for all of us, doesn't it? How can we intentionally integrate more of these moments for you into our daily lives to enhance well-being, productivity? Not just through coffee, maybe, but through other small rituals, too. It speaks directly to the power of mindfulness, of self-care, even in the smallest, most accessible actions.
Right, taking that moment.
Exactly. Coffee, in this context, becomes an anchor, a prompt to step back, reflect, recenter yourself amidst the daily demands. It's not even about the caffeine in this instance necessarily. It's about the ritual itself, that deliberate act of carving out personal space and time, quieting the noise, reconnecting with yourself. It underscores the profound psychological benefit of creating these intentional breaks in a demanding day, allowing for mental recuperation, emotional grounding. Ultimately, as our source so aptly puts it, coffee is not just a drink, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
It's the feeling of calm, of focus, connection, warmth, personal solace, all wrapped up in one familiar, comforting cup. Outro.
So, wow. What does this all mean for us then? We've gone on quite the deep dive today, haven't we? Into something most of us probably just take for granted most days. From that first enchanting smell that pulls you from bed, to its surprising roles in sharpening your mind, your memory, lifting your mood, protecting your body with antioxidants, connecting you with friends, new cultures, fueling your workouts, and even just offering that deeply personal moment of quiet reflection. Coffee is clearly so much more than just a morning drink. It's this complex, multifaceted companion in our daily lives. A small miracle in a mug, really.
Indeed, we've really seen how one simple beverage serves as a conduit for just about everything, from personal focus and memory to emotional uplift, physical resilience, and, yeah, truly profound global connections spanning continents and cultures. It's a testament, isn't it, to how even the most ubiquitous, everyday elements of our lives can hold these layers of surprising benefits and cultural significance. Just waiting for us to take a closer look to explore a bit deeper. It definitely encourages us to approach the everyday with a bit more curiosity. So, given coffee's incredible versatility, waking us up, aiding memory, fostering global connection, protecting health, offering that sacred pause, it makes you wonder what other everyday rituals might be holding similarly surprising untapped potential for our well-being, for our understanding of the world, just waiting for us to take a deeper sip, perhaps, or simply observe with fresh eyes. What other hidden treasures might we be missing in plain sight, disguised as just ordinary things?
That is a truly thought-provoking question to end on. What else are we missing? Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the magical world of coffee. Until our next deep dive into another stack of sources, keep exploring, keep learning, and maybe, just maybe, enjoy that next cup of coffee with a whole new appreciation and a newfound understanding of its extraordinary power.